Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Dear Designs. Welcome to podcast number 1 of 2023. My name is Denise and I knit, crochet, cross stitch, dabble in lots of different crafts. Yeah, so welcome if you are new, welcome if you are a returning viewer, welcome to 2023 craft videos. So I'm going to do things a little bit differently this year. I do want to podcast as much as I can, so I've started this and numbered it number 1, so each year I will just start in January with a podcast number 1 of the year. I know a lot of people go on and on into the high numbers. I've got so many videos on my channel that I can't go back and count them, and I have started from 1 previously and stuff, but I just think if I start at number 1 for the first podcast of the year, it would be better. Also, I'm going to try and podcast every 2 weeks if I can. If I can't, then it will be monthly, and if I've got a lot, then it might be weekly. Who knows? I am weekly vlogging as well. And that is just little snippets throughout the week, what I'm up to and bits and pieces. So yeah, shall we get on into it? Where you can find me, I'm on Instagram. All my links are down below. I'm on Ravelry. I do have a Ko-fi for anyone that wants to donate to the giveaways and stuff like that. That would be, I would appreciate that. And we are running a year-long make-along again this year, which is the Year of the Sock 2023. This month's prompt is snowdrops, but if this is not your sort of thing, like your prompt, like if a month isn't your sort of thing, you don't have to enter every single month. You can just dip in and out as you like. There are monthly prize draws. So if you enter this month but not in February and then in March, then that's okay. You don't have to enter every single month to be eligible for a prize. As long as you put a picture in the hashtag Year of the Sock 2023 in that month, then you will be eligible for a prize. And I will do that by random number generator. What I do is I just count how many posts there are on the hashtag. They do have to be finished objects, but this year I am allowing whips to be entered into that as well, but they won't be eligible for prizes. It is finished objects only. I didn't want to have 2 different hashtags. I didn't want it to get too confusing. So last year I did have threads on Ravelry as well. Not doing Ravelry this year, it is just on Instagram, just to make it a little bit easier for myself. So yeah, I hope you can enjoy entering that. There's lots of make-alongs at the moment, and I will go into that in a little bit. I have got notes because I haven't done this for so long. They're very basic notes, but they are there just for me to see what I need to speak about, and I'll probably go off on tangents quite a lot too, but that is just me. Okay, so shall we start with whips? Actually, let's start with finished objects. That might make a bit more sense. So I have 2 finished objects, nearly 3, but I'll explain that when I get to it. So during Vlogmas, I decided to do an advent of my own, which weren't really an advent because I started it afterwards, and it weren't really advent yarn. Right, so it was a stripe a day on a pair of socks, which were these socks. Now these are yarns that I have used in my slip extravaganza, which was not last year but the year before's Stephen West Mystery Knit Along, and I've had the yarn sitting in the jar for that long and saying to myself, yes, I want to use it to make socks or mittens or something to go with the shawl. And finally I have done that. So each day I just knitted a stripe. Some days I had to catch up, so I had to do a few stripes, but I do have 2 of them. They are done. It's my usual sock recipe. So I use a 2.5mm circular needle, which I am thinking I might have to go down because the socks that I've knitted lately are very loose. So I might get a 2.25 and knit a pair and see what my tension is like, just because they are like, they're very loose. I haven't washed these, I have just put them on the blockers. So yeah, these are the finished socks. Like I said, I use 2.5mm 64 stitches. I do knit my legs all different lengths. Sometimes I do 40, sometimes I do 20. For Casey I do 10. It all depends on how I'm feeling, what I want the socks to look like, and who I'm knitting them for. And then I do a Fish Lips Kiss heel. That is my preferred heel. I know it off by heart. I do like a heel flap and gusset, but I've got to be in the mood. And then just a wedge toe. So that's the first finished object. Second finished object is another pair of socks. So let me just take those off. So just after Christmas, I think it was. I can't actually remember. Was it during? I can't remember. But I have cast on, I'll show you the yarn first. I cast on with this yarn for a pair of socks, and I did have a mini as well. Well, not a mini, it was leftover. I don't know what I did with that, but this is yarn from Rosie's Moments, and I have decided to knit a pair of stripy socks for Casey. I do have two. I will show you one for now. So as you can see, I don't knit a very big leg. It's more of an ankle for Casey, who is my sister. If you don't know and you're new, I have had quite a few new subscribers, so thank you so much for coming along. So I just did 2 rows of each colour. Let me show you this side, because that is the join, that side. I just did 2 rows of each colour, and I held the yarn all the way to the end. So if you do see that side, you can see where I've twisted the yarn, not joined it. It's the twist in the yarn. It doesn't look too bad. Once it's on your feet, you're probably not going to see it. I could have tried to make it so it was at the bottom, but to be honest, I don't think it really makes much difference once they're on your feet, or in shoes and stuff. Casey loves wearing her socks with Converse, Vans, Crocs and stuff like that, so that's why she likes them so short. They don't fit on these blockers very well because she has smaller feet. But now I can give them to her. I was going to give them to her yesterday. I was like, no, I need to film them. I don't know if I've even shown these on a vlog. I can't remember. But these are the finished socks for Casey. I've still got quite a lot of yarn left over. I have made Casey a pair of socks with this yarn. I can't remember if I've made her socks with this yarn. This was yarn that she got from Rosie's Moments in the mystery bags. I can't remember, but she's got these now, and hopefully she'll be happy with those. And then the leftover yarn can go in my stash. Oh, the next object that I want to show you is sort of a finish. So as I said, I'm running Year of the Sock, and this month is Snowdrop, and I have decided to knit green and white socks. These are this yarn is yarn that I've dyed myself, and this is just undyed yarn, and then here I've done loop stitches. So this is to represent the petals on Snowdrop's flowers, and I am going to embroider just a couple of stems all the way around, just to make it look like a snowdrop. This is just, yeah, this is undyed. I didn't know if I would have enough or not, But I ended up, this was left over from my Stephen West last year, not the mystery make along, the other one that, Jane, close your ears, the smorgasbord. So this is what's left over, and I was really worried I was going to run out, but then I thought to myself, it's undyed, I can just pull another undyed out of my stash and use that. And then this is what I used for my Miss May shawl, I think. I really need to start writing all this down. But what I've got left over here, I'm going to embroider some, I have got 2 of them, they are finished. I'm going to embroider some stems. I was going to embroider some stuff up here, but then I thought, oh, if it's in my socks, if it's in my shoes, might aggravate me a bit, so I'm just going to do it on the ankle here. The other thing is as well, I have done loop stitch before on a cardigan, but that was in pieces, so it was back and forth. On this, I have discovered that I can pull the loop stitches and it will pull the yarn either side, like the stitch either side. So I'm going to have to be very, very careful with these socks. Yeah, I don't really know what to do, other than be really careful and hand wash them. I think I probably won't wear them that often, but they are very effective from on the screen, being green and white. I really like them. I'm not normally a green wearing person, but I really like these. I think they remind me of kid socks. I don't know, like, you know, when you were little and you'd wear frilly socks. So yeah, that is that. Really pleased to have these done so early, and then I can just embroider them and then they're done and I can take a picture. Obviously I can't win any prizes in my own make along, but I will put the hashtag on my post. And I'm really enjoying seeing everyone else's socks, and some people are not using green at all but using a snowdrop pattern, which you can do. If you want to enter next month, then February is violet, so if you want to get prepared for that, you can. But yeah, so they must be finished in the month of the prompt. You can start them a few days early, like say in January the 29th, 30th, you can start, but as long as they're finished in the month, then that is when they will be eligible to win. So that's that. I forgot something that's over there, I'll have to get that. So whips. Right, my first whip is what I have been knitting on for a little while, before I went to Malta. I think so. And that is my Whitmore. And I am knitting on it very, very slowly. And this is how much I've got. I absolutely love this pattern and the yarn. I can't wait to wear this. I just can't wait. I think it's going to look absolutely amazing. Yeah, I want it now. I love it. I absolutely love it. So this is a pattern by Amy Loudon. I don't think I printed the pattern. I did print the pattern, but I don't think I've printed the first page. Let me quickly have a look. All the details for patterns that I use will be down below. I'm so sorry, I have not got the front page. So yeah, if you go to the description box, and I think you can do it on the telly as well now in the description box. And all the details for the different stuff will be there. Obviously you can't press links and that, I don't think, on the telly, but you can see the names and stuff that the information you'll need. And if you're on a phone, iPad, tablet, laptop, computer, thingy-me-bob, all the links will be below or up the side now. I know they've changed it, so yeah. Could be that side, or is it that side? I think it's that side. Anyway, it's up the side somewhere. So this is my Whitmore. I've got a few more rows to go before I do the rib on the body, but hopefully it won't take me too long. If I can get into a few zooms this week, then I will knit on this just to get it done. There are a few other things that I want to get started as well. But what I'm going to do in my podcasts, I'll probably not show you everything that is a whip, because I've got quite a few whips at the moment. And I do want to get a few of them off the needles, because otherwise they're just going to sit there. I'm going to have one main project, so one big project on the go, and then I'm going to have a pair of socks, and then maybe something else that is little or what I fancy picking up, and then my C2C. So yeah, that is my plan. Anyway, this is my Whitmore. The yarn that I'm using is from Home Bargains, and it is the just Crafty Things. It's 99p in pink. I've got 5 of these, or had 5 of these. I'm hoping that's going to be enough to finish it. We'll have to see. That is living. I have got a big bag that I've put it in, because the bag that it's in, so I'm using this at the moment for my projects, and it's got all compartments, but there is Velcro in there, and I got it caught on the Velcro. I was like, no. So I have put this inside so I can just make sure all the yarn's safe in there, and it's not going to go anywhere. One of the things that I got from the Waltham Abbey Wool Show yesterday were these needle stoppers. So I got these from the Lonely Knitter, and I just saw them. I was like, yes, I need them. Look, they match my watch strap. They match my trainers. I love a bit of leopard print. So yeah, they are just needle stoppers. So you just take them off, and they've got,
here's what I found.
They've got a little hole in them, and then you just push them on the end of your needles. It stops your stitches from coming off. I love them so much. Yeah, so that's that. I will show you the rest of the stuff that I got from Waltham Abbey Wool Show a little bit later on, just in case people are not interested in seeing hauls and stuff. So that's whip number 1. Whip number 2, what I started yesterday, just to have something to take with me. I am cast on for another sock, and this is Head Over Heels by Stylecraft in the Ingleborough colourway, which is this one. And I've done not very much. I cast on while I was at the show yesterday. Oh, this is very tangly. And I've just done the cuff and a few rounds for the leg. I might make this a long one, just because it's quite, I think the colour repeats are quite thick. So yeah, I'm going to probably make this a 40 or 60 row leg and see how I get on. And the plan is obviously to knit socks for Year of the Sock, and if I finish that, then I will knit on a different sock throughout the month, and if that's not finished, then I'll start the Year of the Sock, and then these will get sort of attention afterwards. So I need a sock on the go, and I can't not, so that is. I'm just going to use my usual recipe and just go from there. Yeah, I don't know whether I'll use a contrast for the heel, because when it's striped yarn, I do find that I like to not disturb the stripes. I have got yarn that I could possibly use, so I'll see what it looks like as I knit it and then choose from there. That's that one. and then I will need to go over there to get the next thing that I want to show you. So the next thing is something that I have been wanting to do for a while, and I've been watching Alex from My Yarny Corner, and she did a C2C join as you go blanket, I think last Advent. I was like, oh, that looks so nice. I really like that. I can do C2C, but I've never done join as you go. And then I think a few people asked Alex if she could show how she joins as you go while doing it. And she's got some videos on her channel. So I started a C2C join as you go. I can't wait to get some more yarn into this. I have decided to use all of my minis from Woolly Goodness Yarns. So I balled them all up and I put them in this basket, and what I've decided is to do the C2C, and it's very pastel-y at the moment. There's quite a lot of black pastel-y colours. Even though this is quite bright, it's quite pastel-y. I will probably need to add colours into this, obviously, but what I'm going to do is just use these for now and then just put it into this. I'm thinking 10 squares and then go up. I'm not sure how many. How many have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 here, and it's sort of this wide. It's about this wide, so I do think another 2 squares will make it just right to throw over yourself. So this blanket here is just a granny stripe, and I did measure it against that, and I do want it sort of the same width, and that would be 10 blocks. And with the leftovers from this, I have done a mini granny square. I say mini, it's not very big at the moment, so I'm just using the scraps. And then what I'm going to do is just carry on with this. I am going straight from this straight into this with the same yarn, because I think if I leave the scraps to one side I'll probably never get to it. So I'm just going from one to the other, and I have not weaved in any of my ends yet, but I have crocheted over them. And I think that might be okay, you know, because it's a blanket. It's not gonna, I don't know, it's not gonna go in the wash too much and stuff. So I see how I get on with this. I was thinking of doing like one row of this and then weaving in my ends for both. I'll see how I get on. But yeah, I just really wanted to do something with minis, and I just thought to myself, I'm itching to do it, so I'm going to, and I am really enjoying it. I'm using a 3.5mm hook that I got for Christmas, and they have got my name on them. I don't know, oh, that's a bit blurry. They have got my name on them, and it was a whole set. I can't remember what I did with them now. Oh, they're all in here. So all the Goldie ones, they've all got my name on. And my niece bought me those for Christmas, and they are lovely. They're really nice. So yeah, thank you. I'm using that, and I'm just going to use this bowl until it don't fit in there no more, I think. It fits nicely on top at the moment, and this was sat on the table. Can't remember when I started this either. It just seems like everything has merged in the last sort of month. So yeah, anyway, this is my C2C blanket, join as you go. This will be entered into Alice's make along from Soxy Nana, and that is the I have got it wrote down. I have the Soxy Nana, no, the Soxy Scrappy Mail 2023, and that brings me on to the hashtags that I just want to quickly talk about. So there's quite a few at the moment. So you've got my one, which is Year of the Sock 2023. You've got Amanda from Little Lycac who's got the Crack the Whip Mal. You have Alex from My Yarny Corner, which is Test Your Limits. So if you have never done brioche before, or you've never knitted socks before, anything that tests your limits is acceptable. And then Danny from My Yarny Corner has the Take It Easy Mal. So if you've knit something that is like you've tested your limits and now you just really want to knit something that's easy, simple, you don't have to think about it, you can add it to that. Alice, the Socksy Scrappy Mal 2023. And then Karen from the Recreational Knitting Podcast has got the Whip Be Gone 2023. So I'm entering in a few of those. I have got it wrote in my diary, and yeah, I'm entering a few of those just so I can get my whips gone. My test my limits, I haven't got anything for that at the moment, but we'll see. I don't know if there's anything that I will cast on eventually. So yeah, that's that. Back to whip. Oh, excuse me. There is just one whip that I want to show you, which is not cross stitch, which is not crochet or knitting, it's cross stitch. And that is, I started a cross stitch because I was itching again. It's living in this bag, which did have a different cross stitch in, but now it's got this one in, and I haven't done very much, but that's all of the yarn, not yarn, the thread. I have this much. So the picture is, I think I've got, oh, have I not got a main picture? No, I'll hold this back far enough so you, it's this. So it's a beach theme. I thought I had the, okay, I don't know what I did with that. But anyway, yeah, I started this and I was just itching to do something. I have actually got another cross stitch that I want to start, and that is a mortising of the, I think it's Valletta, of the harbour and a building and stuff. So I want to start that. I have bought the Ada for it, which I don't actually know what I did with. But yeah, I did buy the Ada. I have got all of the yarns out ready to go for that as well, because I sat down, I have got a whole tin and a bag full of cross stitch thread that I got years ago from Ian's sister. Some of it I had myself because I was really into cross stitch many years ago, and I find with a lot of crafts, never ever get rid of it, because you might even go back and regret getting rid of what you already had. And this is just a small tin and it doesn't take up much room. Anyway, this was a kit that I got from eBay, I think, and it comes with all the threads already on the card, and it's just really relaxing. I find cross stitch, I really like it. So, and it's something else that I can dip my finger into when I don't want to knit, I don't want to cross stitch, I don't want to play any games on my Switch and stuff, and I just want to do something different. So that is what I've decided to do, and I will hopefully keep on top of it. We'll see, because the one that I took out of this bag was a Winnie the Pooh cross stitch that I have been doing for the past 13 years. And I just keep going back, like coming away, going back to it, coming away, going back to it, where hopefully this one, I don't know, if it's in my bag here, then I will know to, oh, I might do a bit of that, even if it's an hour or an hour and a half, 2 hours and stuff. So yeah, that is that one. Okay, so I think that is everything that is whips or FOs or stuff like that. I've got incoming, so the first 3 bits of incoming of what I've purchased, no, one isn't. not from the show. So let me show you what I've got here. So for Christmas, my lovely friend Jane sent me a Christmas present, and she sent me this absolutely beautiful yarn. It's like a rose pink yarn. It's stunning. She dyed it herself. It's even got a little stitch marker, and I've kept this like this because I wanted to show it on the podcast. So now I've done that, I'm going to take the stitch marker off and use it because it is beautiful. It's so lovely. And I don't know what I'm going to do with this yarn yet, but it is really pretty. So thank you so much, Jane. I absolutely love it. And then before Christmas, while I was away in Malta, Mandy from the Mousies Makes podcast, I will leave links below, had a shop update. Now she's selling yarn on Ko-fi, and she's very, very newly started to dye yarn, and she had a shop update. When I saw it, I was like, oh my god, that's so nice. So this yarn here is called Bad Santa. Absolutely lovely. It came just before Christmas. I don't know whether I'm going to keep this as a Christmas yarn for this year, or I'm going to put it in with something. I'm not sure. I think a Christmas socks would be perfect out of this. What do you guys think? Let me know. And then the second yarn that I saw was Peach Melba. Oh my god. Which is this one. Oh my god. It is beautiful. So yeah, we've got this one as well. I absolutely love it. So this is Mouse Witch yarn, which is handmade by Poppy and Mouse. So Poppy is Mandy's co-host, who is a cat, and she likes to sit there in a little basket, either looking out the window or sleeping, but she is super cute. So yeah, here is the yarn from Mandy. And then between Christmas and New Year, when the strikes were happening, basically, I see this yarn from Moonlight Fibre. Oh my god. And this colourway is Dewberry. It's so pretty. And I purchased this as well. So these were little Christmas presents to myself. Yeah, absolutely love this. And I don't know whether I'll keep the yarn together, whether I'll separate it. I don't know whether it will be socks or something else. But it's just really pretty. So I got that too. That is everything. If you don't want to see what I got from Waltham Abbey Wool Show, and a little talk about my shop, let me do that quickly first. If you don't want to hear about the shop or Waltham Abbey Wool Show, then thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. Sorry I'm a bit out of sorts, but I'll get there in the end. So shop. I have got some yarn in the shop. The shop is open. It's on Etsy and the link is down below. I will just be putting yarn in as and when. They're not going to be dedicated shop updates at the moment. There might be in the summer. I find it a lot easier to dye yarn in the summer. It's easier to dry, and it's just easier to do, basically. So yeah, that is what I'm just gonna, I'll probably sort of dye some yarn and then say, oh, on Friday there's going to be some yarn going in the shop and stuff, or whatever day. That's how I'm going to go forward. There are stitch markers in the shop, there's badges in the shop, and stuff like that. There might be more products come, like I might inquire about more products and stuff, but I want more sort of handmade or hand designed products. Like if I did badges, obviously I would design them myself. I was thinking mugs with like my logo on it or something around that sort of idea. I'm not 100% sure yet. But there's lots going around in my head. I'm just not putting them down on paper at the moment, just sort of pondering. So that's it about the shop, really. It's there and it's ticking over slowly. Thank you for your orders, and we're just going to carry on going as we're going. So, Waltham Abbey Wool Show. Oh my goodness, it was an amazing day. It was so good. I was debating whether to go or not on the day before, just because I was so tired, so shattered. I just was like, I need a break. I need a day where I don't go out, and that is today. And I've decided to do a podcast and just sit down. I don't know when I will edit this, whether it will be later today or tomorrow, but it will get done at some point. But I have this bag that I didn't purchase the bag. Casey's made me this bag, and I've taken it to a few shows now, and it says Denise's shopping for yarn bag. So she's done the vinyl on this bag, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, but Waltham Abbey Wool Show was amazing. Thank you to everyone that came up and said hello. Thank you to all the stall holders that was so lovely and friendly. Thank you, just thank you. It was so lovely. Me and Casey wore our colourwork jumpers, and we got so many lovely comments. I just am so sorry I didn't film any of it. I just was living in the moment, and yeah, just living in the moment and enjoying it, and that's what I needed more than anything. So shall we see what is in this bag? The first two things, I think, yes, are not mine. They are Casey's, and she wants me to make her a hat. So we purchased, no, not we, Casey purchased from the Crafty Bird, these two absolutely beautiful pom-poms. Now she wants a hat, and she wants to have pom-poms like this, not just like that, like this. So she wants, we did see a crochet hat, and it was amazing. It was like a blue turquoisey colour with purples and lilacs and stuff, and it was like a front post back post sort of design, bit like a basket weave design on it as well. So yeah, these are the first things that I'm pulling out of the bag. But I was thinking of getting some for myself, some of the pom-poms, but I was like, I don't really wear hats, and I don't know, I just don't think I would. I don't know. So I didn't want to get one and it just sit there, because I have got pom-poms that I could use, and I haven't. So that's the first thing. Then the second thing was from Bellica Yarns. I did get, let me just get what I did get from Bellica Yarns. So I got this lovely yarn cozy. It was pink, I just had to have it. And what this does is this goes over your yarn cakes or balls or whatever. It's a little bit stretchy, so you can get it over, and it keeps your cakes tidy or clean or whatever. And I haven't got one of these, and I thought this would be a really nice thing to put on my yarn. I have been looking at them in the past, and I'm just not too sure, but yeah, I've decided, while I was there, I was looking at it, and there was loads of different designs, and this was the last pink one. I was like, I'm getting it, it's mine. So that's that. I went with the intention of buying some DK yarn. I've got so much 4-ply. Excuse me, pulling that up. And I've got so much 4-ply, and I'm like, I fancy a bit of DK. Don't know what I'm going to do with DK, but I just fancy a little bit of DK. So Bellica Yarns had this lovely yarn in their reduced box, and this is DK, no colourway, name. It's 75 merino, 25 nylon, and it's 225 metres. And then next to it, well, not next to it, but in the same box was this one, and this is exactly the same. There's no colourway, but it goes together so well. I don't know whether this will become a hat or part of a garment. I don't know. I know obviously there's not enough for a garment here, but I just fancied DK, and I thought these go together so well. and I really like the blue in this one. So these are the first purchases that I made actually, which were lovely, lovely, lovely. And then we went to Pickle Lily, which is a store where I've got some bags from in the past, and I saw this little pouch. So it's got a ring here, and this is just tied up, so let's untie this. And it's just a little pouch that it's like a notions pouch, but then here you can like clip stitch markers to and stuff. I really, really liked it, and it just sort of caught my eye, and I was like, it's really nice, and you can just put it over and then tie it back up, and it's like a really handy travel sort of little bag. I know I've got a few of these now, like with the MK ones that I use, but I just thought, and it was £4, and I thought, supporting a small business that we've bought from before, there wasn't anything there that really caught my eye, any other things should I say, so I thought I would just pick up this instead. So that was really cute. Next thing I picked up from Sheep on Mars, and I saw this. DK again. There is no labels on this yarn, so what I might do is just get a piece of paper and wrap it round just so I can remember where I have purchased it from. So yeah, this was from Sheep on Mars, and then I saw this one that goes together so well again. And what caught my eye more than anything was the brown. I don't know why. The brown and the yellow into the pink, it's just lovely. And I probably will use them separately, or I might use them together. I could use these as like colour work in something. I don't know, but I just really, really liked the way they went together as well. And because it's only DK, I thought, well, I could use them together and stripe them, and you wouldn't even know that there were two different yarns if I wanted to do something that I needed more than one. But they'll probably sit in my stash for quite a while before I decide what I'm going to do with them, but they are lovely. Then the next place I went to, I've got some cards here. What is that? Oh, we didn't get nothing from there. Oh, the Lonely Knitter. I got the needle stoppers from, and this beautiful yarn. This hasn't got a label either, so I might actually just stick this with this. This came from the yarn stoppers. So it was this beautiful yarn, and this was in her what's it called, reduced box, tray, whatever you want to call it. It's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, that was that one. Let's just put this with this, because then I know where it came from. Yeah, that's that one. And then there's two here that I got. So this one, I don't know why, but it just reminded me of like chocolate drink, milkshake. And this is called Toasted Marshmallow. So it's a 50 gram skein with a 20 gram mini. Yes, 20 gram mini. And this is just lovely. And this is from Snuggly Stars yarn. I have had her yarn in the past as well, but I just really liked that. Then Casey saw this, and I did say to her while we was on the way, if you see anything and you want socks out of it, let me know, I'll get it and I'll make you socks, because I just love making socks, and she's very knit worthy. So she saw this. This is not Casey at all, but I think it was the black sparkle that she saw that she really liked. And this is pinks and orange with speckles in it. And I think these would make lovely socks. Again, it's a 50 gram main, 20 gram mini. It's 75.25. Yeah, it's called Jelly, this one. jelly. Lovely, absolutely lovely. Then the last place that we went to was the Wall Kitchen. This place here. And the Wall Kitchen is probably about 5 minutes down the road to me. She's in Walthamstow, and yeah, I saw this and I couldn't resist. Oh, it's not coming up the right colour. It's so much brighter than that. So much. So I don't know if you can see, like in here, it's like that all over. This is showing up very pink. It's not pink. It's an orangey peach. Oh, that's such a shame. That's not coming out right. It's showing very pink. But it is just a bright peachy orangey colour. Oh no. Anyway, so I got this one as well. Oh, this ain't got a label, so I'll put this with that as well. I think a lot of the places, if it's in their seconds, then not seconds, in their reduced basket, they don't normally have labels. Bellica Yarns did, but I don't know whether these are sort of yarns that she's no longer dyeing, so then they just get put into the basket. But this is lovely, and I thought I could hold this double in a colour work. So Megan Regan has got loads of designs on her Ravelry, who is Bad Wolf Girl Designs, Bad Girl Wolf something or other, and she has got a lot of designs, and they're the colour works that I've knitted before. So the ghosts, the dinosaurs, the llamas and stuff. And she's got one with loads of different things on it, and I really want to have a go at knitting it. And I thought I could use this doubled, if it is DK, to use as one of the colour work sections. So yeah, that's that. That's everything that I purchased. I did purchase more from the reduced boxes than I did like full price main skeins. I did look at the main skeins, but there was just, I didn't go with any intention of buying anything for anything to make, if that makes sense. I just wanted to have a look, see what they had, and I was very pleased with my haul. And if these people, or these dyers, sorry, didn't want to sell the yarn for a reduced price to get rid of it, then they wouldn't. So it's now got a good home that will sit and stare at me for a while until I decide what to do with it. If you've got any good DK patterns or ideas that I could use my DK yarn with, let me know. I do want to make some DK socks, but I have got some yarn for that already. It's yarn that I've dyed up myself. I want to give DK socks a try, and I don't want to use anything that I've bought just yet. I want to use something that I've dyed. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry it's a very long one. I don't know how long because I've had to cut it a couple of times. So yeah, I just want to say thank you for watching. This was the programme for Waltham Abbey Wool Show. It was their 10th year, and I was going to enter my stripy socks into the competition they had, and I completely forgot. There was a free pattern for a sheep. I don't know if I can get a picture without showing too much of the... So their mascot is a sheep. How cute is that? And then in the middle part of the, it was in a hotel, Waltham Abbey Wool Show, in the Marriott Hotel, and in the middle is all seating and stuff. And there was ladies knitting in the corner bit, and on the table there was these sheep, and they were sitting on a knitted sofa. Oh my god, it was so cute. I didn't take no pictures. So bad. Anyway, that's that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. hopefully the next podcast won't be so long, because I am just going to try and get whips off the needles, and then I will show you my whips as I get them and pull them out and what I start and stuff. So my plan for this year is, if Tonya from Calm as a Stitch has any cast on parties, the plan is to not cast on so much because, yeah, it got a bit ridiculous. I've still got a few things that are whips that I cast on. So yeah, I really need to sort of calm that down. And even if I cast on a load of pair of socks, I think that would probably be better. And I will join in the Zooms because it's so much fun. And yeah, I really enjoy. The cast on parties were amazing, absolutely amazing. And they ran most of the day, because we had someone from our UK Zoom group open a Zoom early in the morning. Tonya's obviously in America, so her room didn't open till about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And then we had someone open up early, and then it just run, and I think I was up till about 1 o'clock in the morning, and it just was, I love it, absolutely love it. But I won't be casting on so much, so Zoom ladies, keep me accountable for that, okay? Because, yeah, it's not happening. Anyway, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye, guys.